Alright, we are back at it with another tutorial. I'm going to show you how to take this and turn it into that. So we're taking Christian Rock and we're turning her into a statue. But you can do this with anybody. And I'm going to just show you the basics of it. And the basics of it is layering. Layering is the most important part when it comes to digital art. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did that. Let's get right to it. So as you can see, we have the picture pulled up of Christian Rock on Baazart. Now again, you can just, in order to add like any photo you want, you just go to the Photos tab, go to Web, search up her name. I already have it searched up, so it's right there. And you can see a lot of questionable photos here. But regardless, you just pick whichever one you want to base off of. If you have like a photo in your original photos you want to turn somebody into a statue, you can go ahead and use that. So let's go ahead. So with this particular photo, what I did was I first wanted to separate the clothing from her body. So I went ahead and used the scissors tool, the magic scissor tool, to just cut her out. Now we have her all by herself. Boom. Next thing you're going to want to do is duplicate her twice. Head over to the Layers tab. And just take those two and boom, erase her. Now you should have one Christian Rock. Now one thing I will say is that you want to lock the other layers for sure. So you'll just, to do that, you'll just go to Layers, go to the other two layers and lock them. The next thing you'll want to do is go ahead and use the eraser tool. Go in there and erase each and every part of the skin. Alright, so what you should have is this. You have the turban layer, which is basically the clothing, what she was wearing. Boom. And I erased everything, the hair, shoulders, chest, all that. Everything that included the skin. So boom. The second layer was right here. This is where I erased the turban from the person. Easy, easy. Okay. Now after that, after you erase and have two separate layers, so you should have a layer of Christian Rock and then a layer of the clothing. Right? So after you have those two, you want to take the layer of Christian Rock and put the noir filter on it. It could be really any one, but the noir one is the one I found made it look better. Regardless, black and white is basically what you're going for. Afterwards, what you'll be doing is duplicating the Christian Rock layer. So boom. If you don't know how to duplicate, it's legit just a button. Press duplicate, boom. And you'll have this layer. And if you don't know what I did, all I did was this. Duplicate the layer. Take the remove tool. And just get rid of the eyes. Get rid of the eyes. Now you can do the same for the nose and the mouth if you want to be too, if you want to make it a little bit more detailed. This was just on the phone, so I was like, hey, fuck it. Just do it. Whatever. So you could also do it with the nose and the mouth, and you'll know what to do after that based on the next steps, but for now we'll just leave it at the eyes. So boom. And that layer will be stacked on top. We got it? Alright. Next thing we're going to do is duplicate that layer, yes guys, we're just duplicating layers. That's all we're doing. Like I said, the important part of digital art is layering. You just take a layer, slap that bit on top, see how it look. But what you'll be doing is, so you erase the eyes, you did that. You'll duplicate this one more time. And then what you'll do is slide over to the color and then tap on the image icon. And then you'll type in stone texture. You'll find a whole bunch. I'm pretty sure I looked up like a white stone or a statue texture. And the one that I used in particular was this one. So as you'll see, it's just a mesh of the statue. And then what you'll do is head over to blending. So what you'll do is go ahead and overlay it. And what I also did was I added a filter, the noir filter. It got rid of all the saturation and made her look exactly like the stone. So here are the steps. Separate the person from the clothing. Step 1. Step 2. Duplicate the person layer and make it black and white. Boom. Step 3. We go ahead and find a texture and texture it onto the person. Boom. That was step 3. Now then, step 4, what we be doing is reintroducing the turban layer. And as you can see, it doesn't look like she's even attached to it, but that's okay, because what we're going to be doing next is adding the hair. So what you want to do is go over to the web again and search up something like lady statue. And what you'll be looking for is just pieces of hair to use, you know, as straight hair. So we could take any one of these really, but let me get a bigger statue.
Okay, something like this is actually perfect. So what you do is just use the magic tool or even just a regular scissors tool. But what you'll ultimately be doing is
taking the scissors tool and grabbing this piece of the head. And you'll be sizing it up. Move the layer down beneath the turban layer but above the Christian rock layer. And you just want to do that. Filter it to make it look, you know, like an actual stone. And then you'll go in and find some more pieces of hair that you could use. Now then, after a whole bunch of, you know, just looking through those photos and cutting out pieces of the hair of the original statues, this is what I ended up with. And you'll do the same again. I showed you the process. Just cut out with the scissor tool, slap it on there, and use filtering and adjustments to get the color right to make it look like a stone. Alright, so the next thing I did was just add a black background. So you can just take a shape. I like to use the shape instead of filling in the background because it just makes it easier to work with when it comes to layering. Because you can't put anything behind the background layer because it's the background layer. So, boom. We already have like 90% of what I already did. So now then, the next part is adding in Blueface. So as you can see right here, you'll probably be like, bro, how'd you even do that? Bro, I got you. Chill out. I just wanted to show you how it looked. So right here, you'll see that the jewelry is detached. It does not take, bro. This is not rocket science, bro. I shouldn't have to hold your hand at this point. You should see that at this point. What I did was I duplicated this layer that had the jewelry on it. So this one right here. Boom. You see that? So look. You duplicate this layer down here, the one I'm tapping. You use the eraser tool, and what you'll do is erase around the jewelry. So basically any mistake you make is not going to be like too noticeable because it'll be layered on top of the layer that you erased from. So it's like it's already, it's like it's there anyways. But the reason why I separated the jewelry from her was so that I could put Blueface on there so that he looked like a tattoo. Now, how did I turn Blueface into a tattoo? That's probably what a lot of you guys are wondering. Search up Blueface. And boom. First image is exactly what I use. Filter black and white. Duplicate. Blend. So what I did was duplicate, blended him using exclusion. Go to select layers. Merge those two layers, only those two. And then as you'll see, you just blend it on there. It looks a lot like a tattoo. You probably just use hard light. Hard light looks the best. That's what I used for the other one. But again, you just go to hard light, adjustments, make whatever adjustments you need to. I probably would up the contrast, no saturation needed, sharpness all the way up, and then boom. You don't need no blur. Did not mean to put that. But again, so after you have that, what you'll do is just push Blueface below the necklace, and then what I did was you go straight to him, head over to the eraser tool, and you'll erase around the chin so that it looks like he's under her and not over. So boom, there you go. Blueface tutorial right there. Y'all let me know any other cover arts y'all want me to make. If you're an artist, hit me up. I do cover arts for a reasonable price. And check out the Cloud Viberz site. Once again, we're doing posters and cover arts for people. So go check that out. Let me know who else y'all want to see. I'm probably going to be doing the more in depth on these. Probably doing Photoshop as well. Like, this is just a Photoshop alternative. So, hey man, check out all the tutorials on the site. Y'all have a good one.
Tsunami type shit. Remember that? It's like, now let's get into it. Look, for true living, never mask my true intentions. I can show you how to be yourself, if not who you envision for the world. Like a